A single note, out of tune, trembling in the silence. Good evening, my dear listener. This is Haruka. Tonight I'm speaking to you from Atami in the retro corridors of Hotel Nuakau. Imagine this. Patterned carpets fading softly under the lamplight, waves pressing against the cliff below, the scent of salt sneaking through a half-open window. I've been painting my nails here, one careful stroke at a time. It's indulgent, yes. A kind of self-satisfaction. Forgive me if it feels like a luxury, but isn't it beautiful when small rituals become a secret stage? Have you heard of Atami? A seaside town where neon lights still glow like the 1970s, where hot springs steam against the night sky, where young people flock to taste nostalgia. From here, with the ocean whispering outside, I want to speak about something that feels very far from harmony. The leadership race of Japan's ruling party, the contest for the presidency of the Liberal Democratic Party, the office that decides the Prime Minister. And if you listen closely, you'll hear it too. Not a symphony, not a chorus, but noise. Let me begin with Shinjiro Koizumi, charismatic, young, always the darling of cameras. And yet the mask slipped. It was revealed that his campaign circulated sample comments to supporters, neatly packaged lines to post beneath online videos. Words like, Koizumi shines with freshness, or he's the hope of a new Japan. But these weren't spontaneous praises. They were scripts, 24 variations, distributed like marketing slogans. An operation more suited to selling shampoo than electing a leader. When I read this, I felt something crack inside me, because politics should be messy, flawed, human, and here was a man trying to choreograph affection, to engineer applause. It's not love, it's an echo chamber pretending to be alive. Don't you find it unsettling when authenticity itself is staged? When even the sound of support is fabricated like an advertisement? And then, Sanae Takaichi. In the speech, she evoked the deer of Nara, those gentle creatures who wander temple grounds, bowing for crackers, symbols of peace. She said, "Foreigners kick the deer." I can't help but worry a small story, almost trivial, but beneath it, a message sharpened like a blade. Fear of outsiders, suspicion cloaked in the image of innocence. She made the deer her pawn, a vessel for xenophobia. I felt anger, yes, but also sorrow. To twist a sacred animal into a political weapon is to bruise not only trust, but tenderness itself. And I wonder, how easily does fear slip into our hearts when it's dressed in soft metaphors? Now, Toshimitsu Motegi, not as dazzling as Koizumi, not as provocative as Takaichi. Instead, he performs. Visiting greengrocers, juggling apples in a smile, doing magic tricks for children at cafeterias. At first glance, charming, almost fatherly, but whispers follow him. Aura cane, hidden money, secret funds sliding through invisible channels. In the LDP, where factions control power, money has always been the bloodstream. Yet, in this moment of supposed renewal, even a hint of slush funds corrodes trust. It leaves me asking, when leadership leans on theatrics, when gestures replace integrity, do you feel the ground beneath you start to shake? And then, Yoshimasa Hayashi, quieter, less flamboyant. In one event, he sat at a piano and played. The notes were clear, gentle, precise. For a fleeting moment, the room softened, the noise hushed. That piano, it lingers in me, because it revealed what leadership could be. Harmony, dignity, resonance. And yet, when I look at the race itself, I see nothing of that clarity. Only dissonance. Koizumi's scripted voices, Takaichi's fearful metaphors, Motegi's shadowed funds. A contest without rhythm, without melody. And so I ask you, can a nation find trust in leaders who cannot even find harmony among themselves? Here is the deeper truth. This race, this spectacle, is not democracy's stage. Ordinary citizens do not vote. Their electorate is confined. Party members, faction leaders, backroom deals. The public, the very people who live the consequences, are reduced to bystanders. And to me, this exclusion feels almost erotic in its cruelty. The way they perform for each other, intoxicated by their own voices, ignoring ours. a close circle of desire and power, a self-pleasure that leaves the rest of us unseen, unheard. It makes me ache, in a way that is both political and intimate, because democracy should not feel like voyeurism. It should be touch, exchange, mutual breath. Instead, we are made to watch, and nothing more. I keep thinking of Hayashi's piano, those delicate notes, fleeting and pure. But the rest of the race? It is an orchestra without a conductor. Discordant chords, clashing against each other, ringing with no resolution. And so, I long for a politics that listens, a leadership that resonates like music, not noise. But until then, we remain outside the hall, listening through the door, denied entry to the melody. My own voice, this one you hear tonight, I share freely here across YouTube. Yet I know it won't reach the politicians. They are deaf to voices like mine, like yours. But if you want to hear me in ways more intimate, more playful, closer to the skin, you can find me on YouTube membership and on OnlyFans. There I share videos I cannot share anywhere else. Support me if you wish, and I will keep this voice alive for you. So let us close the night gently. Thank you for staying, for listening to every note, even the discordant ones. This was Haruka, whispering to you from Atami, and I'll see you in the next video. Hi, you waltzed to the end? Wow, that's kinda embarrassing, but you didn't subscribe yet? Could you maybe do it now? Please, just for me, and watch the others ones too, if you want. I'd really like that.